Hi and welcome to this week's SEO video blog. Our news feature this week is to have a quick look at the latest blog from Google Webmaster's Help blog. They talked about low quality backward links and whether being part of a bad neighbourhood has a negative effect on your organic listing.
So we've always been under the impression that low quality or poor incoming links don't have a detrimental effect on your organic rankings. If this was the case, then in theory your competitors would be able to sabotage your organic rankings.
The blog post goes on to kind of reassure webmasters that it won't have a negative effect, and we think it'd be too hard for Google to differentiate between an intentional black hat method and essentially a competitor trying to sabotage your campaign.
So for this week's SEO tutorial, we're going to have a look at Google's insights and how best to utilise them.
Google Insights is a free tool from Google which is designed to kind of help you pick keywords for your campaign or your client's campaign. So you can find it at google.com/insights/search. And if you've ever used kind of Google Trends or the keyword tool, it kind of uses all this information to generate various different pieces of data. So you can change the location first of all, so you can change it from worldwide to UK, which we'll do because obviously we're in the UK. You can then further refine that for the countries within the UK. You can change the time scale. From the last 12 months, the previous years, or you can leave it to 2004 to present. Now, if you leave it on this setting, it actually shows you a prediction for 2010 as well, which is quite good.
So this is a particularly good tool if you're an SEO consultant. If you're going to choose and refine keywords with your client, and this is one of those tools, along with the other keyword analysis tools Google makes available to you.
So it shows you this graph of interest over time. So you can see that since 2004, the phrase web design has slowly declined. And you can see that it predicts that in 2010 it's going to be consistent with that and continue to decrease. Also, quite a good feature down here is the regional interest. So it breaks down the UK into the regions. And you can see that England, the Isle of Man, Scotland, and tells you, who's searching for web design in what part of the UK. You can further refine that again by clicking on the England section. It then breaks that down further and shows you, which parts of England people are searching from. So the number one result here is Bletchley, which we thought was quite strange when we first saw it. Rochdale second, London, Manchester, Brentford, Birmingham. After doing a bit of investigation, BT have actually got a data centre in Bletchley. So if your internet service provider is BT and you're querying web design, we think that that's where Google's getting its information from. Now, we're not entirely sure on that, but it does seem strange that a place like Bletchley would come before London or Manchester. Also, further down the page, you've got kind of search terms that are related to the phrase that you've queried. So, got website design, free web design, web page design. Again, all keywords which could go towards your campaign. And it also shows you the rising searches, which again is really helpful. So, if you are, thinking about what phrases might work in the future, it's telling here that Web 2.0 design over the last couple of years has risen in search volume. This week's showcase piece is a text replacement called Kufon, which is a bit like Cifra, but it's a JavaScript version. Basically, we're going to do a full tutorial in the web design video blog, and the link should appear around here somewhere. We also looked at the SEO qualities and looked at a cache version of the page, and it did have one version of the text. So when you take the styles off the page, you can see two versions of the font or the text or your headings, but when it gets indexed, it just indexes the one version.
We've also had a question emailed to us this week from John Franks of johnfrankswebdesign.com. We've essentially summarised his question, and he asks, if you're a web design company and you host all of your websites from your single hosting platform, are the backwards links to the web designer's site worth less than if they were hosted elsewhere on different servers?
Well, in our opinion, the short answer is yes, but you've got to think how commercially viable it is. If you've got 100 clients and you set up 100 hosting accounts, it's going to be more expensive for your client and for yourself, so it's probably not that viable to do that. We do think that having websites hosted from different IP addresses, the link juice is a little bit more than if it was all on the same IP.
Okay, so thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments to add to anything we've discussed today, please leave them on the YouTube channel or on our blog post. Thanks for watching.